A budgie's bite can be surprising and upsetting. It is important to remember that biting is a form of communication for budgies. They are not trying to be mean or aggressive just for fun. Instead, they are trying to tell you something important. Understanding the message behind the bite is the very first step. This understanding will help you solve the biting problem effectively. When your budgie bites, it is often a last resort. They may have tried other ways to communicate their feelings. Perhaps they felt scared, threatened, or uncomfortable. Learning to interpret these signals is crucial for any budgie owner. Think of yourself as a detective, trying to figure out the clues your bird is giving you. This approach will change your perspective. You will see the bite not as an attack, but as a call for help or understanding. This new viewpoint is essential for creating a positive training plan. By taking the time to understand why your budgie bites, you are showing them respect. This respect forms the bedrock of a strong bond. Remember, a happy bird is less likely to bite. One of the most common reasons budgies bite is fear. These small birds are prey animals in the wild. This means their instincts tell them to be wary of potential dangers. A new environment can be very scary for a budgie. Loud noises, sudden movements, or even an unfamiliar hand reaching into their cage can trigger a fear response. When a budgie feels trapped and scared, biting might seem like their only way to defend themselves. Territorial behavior is another significant reason for biting. Budgies can be quite protective of their personal space, especially their cage. If you reach into their cage too quickly or without warning, they might bite to defend their territory. A lack of trust is a fundamental issue that can lead to biting. If a budgie has had negative experiences with humans in the past, they may be wary. Building trust takes time and patience. Sometimes a sudden onset of biting can indicate pain or illness. Learning to read your budgie's body language is like learning a new language. Pay close attention to their feathers. If a budgie's feathers are fluffed up for a long time, they might be cold or unwell. However, if their feathers are held very sleek and tight against their body, it often means they are scared or stressed. A relaxed budgie will have smooth, slightly puffed feathers. A budgie's eyes can also tell you a lot. Eye pinning, where the pupil rapidly gets bigger and smaller, can indicate excitement, but it can also be a sign of agitation or aggression, especially when combined with other tense body signals. Wide, staring eyes usually mean your budgie is frightened or alarmed. If you see this, it is best to back off and give them some space. An open beak, especially if accompanied by panting, can mean your budgie is stressed, overheated, or very scared. On the other hand, beak grinding, which sounds like a soft clicking or scraping, is usually a sign of contentment and relaxation. Finally, observe your budgie's overall posture and movements. Building trust with your budgie is the most important step in stopping biting behavior. Without trust, your budgie will likely continue to feel scared or defensive around you. Patience is absolutely essential in this process. You cannot rush trust. It must be earned slowly and consistently through positive experiences. Start by simply spending quiet time near your budgie's cage. Sit by the cage and talk to your bird in a soft, gentle voice. Read a book aloud or just chat about your day. This helps your budgie get used to your presence without feeling pressured to interact. Avoid making sudden movements or loud noises that could startle them. Once your budgie seems comfortable with your presence, you can start offering treats. Millet spray is often a favorite for budgies. Hold a small piece of millet near the cage bars. Let your budgie come to the treat on their own terms. Creating a safe and predictable environment is also crucial for building trust. Ensure your budgie's cage is in a secure location, away from drafts or constant disturbances. Budgies thrive on predictability. Section 5. Gentle Handling Techniques. Approaching your budgie with confidence. When it comes to handling your budgie, gentleness is paramount, especially if they are prone to biting. Always aim to have your budgie come to you, rather than chasing them or grabbing them. Forcing interaction will only increase their fear and make biting more likely. Start by encouraging them to step onto your finger inside their cage. This is often called step-up training. Use a calm voice and move slowly. If they seem hesitant, do not push it. Try again another time when they seem more relaxed. Target training can be a wonderful way to teach your budgie to step up without fear. A target stick, like a chopstick or a small wooden dowel, can be used. First, teach your budgie to touch the end of the target stick with their beak. Reward them with a treat each time they do. Once they reliably touch the stick, you can use it to guide them onto your hand. Section 6. Positive reinforcement, your most powerful tool against biting. Positive reinforcement is by far the most effective and kindest way to train your budgie and stop biting. So, what exactly is positive reinforcement? It simply means adding something good, like a treat or praise, immediately after your budgie does a behavior you like. This makes it more likely they will repeat that behavior in the future. For example, if your budgie gently touches your finger instead of biting it, you immediately give them a tiny piece of their favorite treat. They learn that gentle actions bring rewards. Identifying what your budgie loves is the first step in using positive reinforcement effectively. Most budgies adore millet spray. Other good treats include small pieces of seed, tiny bits of fruit like apple or grape in moderation, or even a special pellet. The treat should be small so they can eat it quickly and be ready to learn again. Verbal praise, delivered in a soft, happy tone of voice, can also be a powerful reinforcer. When your budgie does something you like, such as sitting calmly near your hand or stepping onto your finger gently, say, "Good bird" or "Well done" in an encouraging voice. Combine this with a treat for maximum effect. Section 7. Step-by-step guide. Training your budgie not to bite. The first step in training your budgie not to bite is to get them comfortable with your hand near their cage. Simply place your hand on the outside of the cage for short periods. Talk to your budgie in a calm, reassuring voice. If they remain calm and do not try to bite the bars, reward them with a treat passed through the bars or with verbal praise. Do this for a few minutes several times a day. This teaches them that your hand nearby is not a threat, but a source of good things. Once your budgie is calm with your hand outside the cage, you can slowly progress to placing your hand inside. Open the cage door gently and rest your hand just inside, near the door. Do not try to touch your budgie yet. Again, reward them for staying calm. If they approach your hand curiously without biting, that is excellent. Offer a treat. If they seem nervous or try to bite, remove your hand slowly and try again later for a shorter period. Patience is vital. Let your budgie set the pace. Target training is an invaluable tool here. Teach your budgie to touch a target stick, like a chopstick. Section 8. What not to do. Common mistakes that can worsen biting. One of the biggest mistakes owners make when dealing with a biting budgie is resorting to punishment. Never, ever punish your budgie for biting. This includes yelling at them, hitting their beak, shaking their cage, or squirting them with water. Punishment does not teach your budgie what you want them to do. Instead, it teaches them to fear you. This fear will break any trust you have built and can make the biting behavior much worse. Forcing interaction is another common mistake that can lead to more biting. If your budgie is clearly showing signs of discomfort, fear, or just does not want to interact, respect their wishes. Do not chase them around the cage with your hand or try to grab them. This is terrifying for a small bird. Always allow your budgie to have some control over the interaction. Let them choose to approach you. If they retreat or try to get away, back off and try again later when they are more receptive. Sudden movements and loud noises around your budgie's cage can be very frightening for them. Section 9. The joy of a gentle companion. Benefits of a well-behaved budgie. Successfully teaching your budgie not to bite brings so many wonderful benefits. Perhaps the most significant is the strengthened bond between you and your feathered friend. When biting is no longer an issue, fear and frustration are replaced with trust and affection. You can interact with your budgie more freely and confidently. Your budgie, in turn, will feel more secure and understood. This deeper connection is truly rewarding and makes all the training effort worthwhile. It transforms your relationship from one of management to one of true companionship. A well-behaved budgie means more enjoyable interactions for everyone in the household. You can look forward to playtime outside the cage without the worry of painful nips. Imagine your budgie happily perching on your shoulder, gently preening your hair, or playfully interacting with toys you offer. These moments of close contact and shared fun are what make owning a budgie so special. Living with a gentle budgie significantly reduces stress for both the bird and the owner. For the budgie, not feeling the constant need to defend themselves or communicate through biting leads to a more relaxed and content existence. For you, the owner, the absence of biting removes a source of anxiety and allows you to fully appreciate your pet's charming personality.
What's up, awesome people? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support means the world and keeps us going strong. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.